Hey, what's going on, Aquarius? Butch Tarot here. I'm going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And we are going to be using the Incromancy Tarot. It's the most unique deck I've ever used. So if you can get your hands on one, I know they're limited edition, but I highly recommend this deck. I think I've used these before, definitely for an Aquarius video, but each card is done by a different tattoo artist. And it's 78 people's different take on tarot, which makes it completely unique. I mean, it's tattoos and tarot. I mean, what can you can't go wrong. With all that being said, though, let's get it. First, what do we have for Aquarius? What is going on for Aquarius universe? All right, Aquarius. So the first thing I see is a Tower card. So I feel like this person that I can, I'm picking up around you is someone that you either had a Tower moment with or you had a lot of trouble with, and a Tower moment is coming. And I feel like it's more the latter. I feel like that Tower moment is coming, and I feel like it's because you're starting to see this person for who they really are. I feel like in the beginning you really didn't see who they really were. But as you got to know them and as you got closer, you started to really pick up on some troubling red flags. I feel like there's a lot of player energy around this person. With that King of Wands, or that Knight of Wands in reverse, that Sagittarius energy. I feel like there's a lot of sneakiness around this person. Now, I also feel like you were the one putting in the work. You were the one giving the effort. And at the end of the day, your intuition was telling you something. But I feel like in the beginning, you really didn't want to hear what your intuition was telling you. I feel like you almost ignored it. Because I feel like there was a lot of compatible energy with this person. But I feel like when it comes right down to it, I feel like where the most important qualities in a person, I feel like this person came up lacking. I feel like they didn't quite add up. I feel like a lot of it, there's a lot of trickster energy in this person. I feel like they played a really good game. I feel like they're good at doing what they do. I feel like they get in your head. I feel like they make promises, and they find out what you enjoy, and they play on that, acting like they enjoy it. And I feel like it was a facade. I feel like they just wanted to get what they wanted. They wanted something. They wanted you. And they did it, whatever they had to do to get it. And now that they had it, I feel like that's when the problems started. When they started to feel really secure, when their defenses came down, they felt like they were in it. They had you wrapped. That's when they started to change, and that's when you started to see them for who they really were. I feel like there's a lot of deceit here, a lot of games being played, and I feel like you got wise to it. I feel like you seen it for what it was, and you stopped nurturing this. You stopped giving to it, and I feel like once you decided or will decide to walk away from this, that's when things really get intense with this person. I feel like this person, once you see them for who they are, they can't outsmart you anymore. And I feel like that's gonna drive them nuts. Once you catch on to the game, there's no getting back in. You know, and I feel like that's got this person out of balance. I feel like, you know, I just feel like this person got comfortable, and when they got comfortable, they started to show their true colors more than they intended to. And now that you caught on to it, they're feeling out of balance because, I mean, they lost their leverage. You know, they thought they could continue to fool you because it was in their best interest. A lot of narcissistic energy coming from this person. And, you know, they were looking to get what they wanted out of this, but they weren't looking to give you what you wanted. They only gave you what they thought you wanted until they felt like they got what they got the prize. But then when you got wise and called them out on their shit, you know, and started to stand your own ground, that's when they got out of balance. Because they weren't used to being called out on their shit. They weren't used to having someone reject them. You know, and they're pissed off now because you're not bothered by it. You know, they have sleepless nights. You stop giving to them, and they're bothered by that. And it's not bothered by it as an emotional bothered by it. It's bothered by it by the fact that they felt like they were good at what they were doing. They felt like they were tricking you. They felt like they were pulling the wool over your eyes. But when you finally seen them for who they were, that's when the defensive part came back. And I feel like to the end, this person's gonna deny any kind of bullshit that they're playing on their end. They're gonna in every possible situation, they're gonna try to make it look like it was your fault. They're gonna try to make it look like, you know, you were the one that made up all this shit, that they're not really this person, but they're really, you know, I'm just getting, like I said, a really narcissistic, really toxic energy from this person. And when you start to let them go, that's when they start putting on that charm again, but you're already wise of it. You already know what's going on. You know the 411, and it pisses them off because they felt like they let their guard down a little bit. You got wise, you know, you pushed them away, and now they're out of balance. Now they have those sleepless nights. Now now they're trying to, you know, get back in there, and you're not going to be having any of it, and that's going to piss them off even more because they're not getting what they wanted of this. You know, they wanted that control. I feel like a lot of this is control. They wanted that control, and they felt like they could control you. And once you got wise of their bullshit and you called them out on it, now they're pissed off because they're trying to get back in, and you don't seem mad about it. You don't seem bothered by it. The thing is with people that, you know, narcissistic people or people that have a hidden agenda or these player energies, is they play off what we give them to play on. Like, you know what I mean? We give them the playing field, and they just play games all day long, and they're just in it. But then when we take that field away or we kick them out, and they're sitting there and they're thinking, okay, well, you know, I did this before, I can do it again. So they're coming at you again with the same bullshit, but you're already wise to it, and you're not putting it, you know, you're not giving them any play whatsoever. That's pissing them off even more because now they feel like, you know, in their own little world, they feel like they've been wrong somewhere in this. They feel like, yeah, I was screwing around, or yeah, I was doing this bullshit, but, and that's where the narcissistic energy comes from. You know, when they're in the wrong, they get called out on it, and they still try to blame the other person. You know, and I feel like the only reason you didn't see this sooner is because, like I said, I feel like you were trying to see the best in this person. You were trying to ignore the fact that this person was doing some shady shit sometimes, and made you, you know, their energy was off sometimes, and you felt like something was wrong, and they tried to outsmart you. But one thing about an Aquarius, it's an air sign. You're not going to outsmart them. You know, you may trick them for a little bit, but once they catch on, and like I said, they're pissed off that you're not bothered by this falling apart. I feel like you went through it. I feel like you dealt with it. You got yourself back together, and they're pissed off because they're not back together. You know, it's almost like when, you know, it's almost like when somebody has a scam going. Like back in the day, they used to sell snake oil or whatever bullshit. You know, and they lived lavish. You know, they lived the high life. They were stealing everybody's money. But when people started getting wise of it, then even the people that were semi-legit, you know, lost business. And that's what this person is like. They lost business, and they're trying to trick you by selling you another damn product that doesn't do what it says to do. You know, this is someone that you're not on the same page with. I feel like you were a good person. You did what you know, what felt right, and you tried to ignore the red flags, but then it came to the point where all it was is red flags. And once you call them out on their bullshit, they're gonna try to get back, and they're gonna come at you in a different way. And the fact that you're not giving them no play pisses them off. With this person, we have Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You know, sometimes when we have feelings for someone, we try to ignore the red flags. We try to ignore, you know, not always, but I mean, sometimes we do. Sometimes we try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and we, you know, sometimes that's the only way to see someone's true colors. You know, give them a little bit of trust and see where they go with it. And I feel like you did that. I feel like you tried to see the best in them, and then like I said, once they stopped trying as hard, the holes in their story started to become bigger, and it became more exposed. And once they were exposed, that was it for them. And I feel like it bothers them that you let them go. And it bothers them that you're not bothered by it. I'm not saying that you're not, it's just you're not showing them that. And that pissed them off even more. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.